your hand if you have ever had a server, barista, or cashier who is clearly done with humanity that day. And raise your hand if you've ever been that person. We've all been there. Life gets stressful. But we easily forget that small excessive acts of kindness, like a compliment, a door held open, or even just not honking at someone the literal second the light turns green, can make a world of a difference in someone's life. According to an article from Psychology Today, they say that kindness can be defined as a genuine and sincere way of giving your time and attention to someone else through compassion, generosity, and care for the betterment of others. I've worked in customer service as a host for 4 years, and let me tell you, the way you treat people, it matters. I've seen it firsthand. In this speech, I'm going to talk about the problems of everyday stress that make us forget how easy and important some kindness can be, the causes of this problem, and some simple solutions that can make a huge difference for someone else and yourself. Let's start by talking about the problem. Why is it that the small acts of kindness disappear when we need them the most? The problem is that we are all way too busy to notice the people around us. I want you to close your eyes for a second and imagine a few people you might see in your day while passing. You might see a woman driving 50 miles per hour under the speed limit, looking lost and distracted, a girl sitting on a park bench with her head in her phone, or a guy in the grocery store with his kids screaming in the car right in your way. Keep these people in mind. We are so overwhelmed with our own lives that we've lost sight of how simple it can be to make someone else's day a little bit better. But here's the thing. When we are so wrapped up in our own stuff, we miss chances to offer a little bit of kindness to those around us that may really need it. We forget that small acts of kindness have the potential to make a real impact. And this sounds cliche, but let's talk about the people that we talked about earlier and see what we didn't see just in passing. The woman that's driving under the speed limit just found out her mom has Alzheimer's, and she's been trying to figure out how to handle this. The girl that's sitting on the park bench with her head in her phone just found out that she got an A on her test, and she's trying to take in that moment of relief. And the guy with the kid screaming in the cart is trying to make dinner for his wife because that's the first night that he's had off in months. Amanda Kuiko from Mont St. Clair University says, "We may not be able to help everyone that we come in contact with. We may never understand what they are going through. We may never have the answers and may never know the full story, and that is okay. The way we respond to others can make a difference. We need more kindness." We are so quick to get annoyed or ignore that we don't consider that everyone is dealing with something. So why are we so disconnected from kindness in our everyday lives? What is driving this lack of awareness? Well, we live in a world that glorifies being busy. From the moment we wake up, it's all about what's next. Then, on top of that, we've created a culture that encourages you to stay in your own lane, or rather, keep your head in your phone. People feel pressure to be constantly doing more work, more accomplishments, more success. This leaves little time or energy for simple acts of kindness. And then there's technology, and while it's meant to connect us, it often isolates us instead. Instead of engaging with the world around us, we spend hours scrolling, texting, and consuming content, and we miss opportunities to connect with real people in meaningful ways. Take, for example, being in the grocery store. This used to be a social thing. You talk with the person behind you, maybe bond over what you're making for dinner. Now, we pretend to be super interested in the weather app just to avoid small talk. So now that we know what the problem is and why it happens, let's talk about the solution. How can we bring kindness back into our everyday lives? The fix, it is not complicated. Just start small. I want you to think of a small act of kindness that you can do today. It could be holding a door open for someone, giving a compliment to a coworker, or just doing something nice for someone else. It doesn't take much to give someone a compliment or ask someone how their day is going. Small, intentional acts of kindness, they might seem insignificant, but it really can slowly bring us back to being decent human beings. People really do remember how you make them feel. A simple, thoughtful moment can turn someone else's day around, and they might just do the same for someone else. And showing kindness to others is also good for yourself. The Mayo Clinic states that psychologically, kindness can positively change your brain by boosting levels of serotonin and dopamine. These neurotransmitters produce feelings of satisfaction and well-being, and they cause the pleasure and reward centers in your brain to light up. And then endorphins, which are your body's natural painkiller, may also be released. So it's a win-win all around. By making small acts of kindness a part of our daily lives, we're not just being nice, we're actively building a world that's more connected and more human. So, We've talked about how small acts of kindness can change someone's life and yours. It doesn't take much. Just a compliment, a smile, or even just a moment of patience. We've been taught that kindness is optional. It's something to do when you just have the time. But in reality, kindness is not a luxury. It's a necessity, especially in today's chaotic world. So remember, someone might be waiting for your small act of kindness to turn their day around. It's a simple gesture, but it could be the thing that they needed to make the world feel a little bit less heavy. Thank you.